Hello and welcome back to me playing Dark Souls 2. Praise the sun! It's the last episode, guys. Not really. There is another episode that comes after this one, but this is the one that you're gonna see the credits and the final boss. Suffice to say that you don't move to the next game until, well, you decide to. Unlike in the first game where you kill the final boss and it's like game over, you know? No. Things here work a tiny little bit differently. Now you might remember this place. This is the King's Gate in Drangleic Castle. This is the final King Gate of the three available in the game. And with our beloved King's Ring, we can open up this gate. Simply put. Can I somehow change the... How do you switch? No. Is there any... I don't know. Is there any way to switch items in the inventory so that I don't go around searching forever? Well, I just need to go up and twice down. Alright, fair enough. Yo! What's up, girl?
My journey is already complete. My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men. By ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed. I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nashandra will come after you. Knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Nashandra to rest.
Aye, aye, Captain. Shanalot is her name. She was born of dragons, but contrived by men. So she was born of dragons, as in she was possibly a half-breed like Priscilla was, but was created by men. Now the interesting thing that comes to my mind right away is this. Do I have it in my inventory? I might not have it. I do not, which is unfortunate, but the first thing that comes into my mind is in fact the singer's dress. Dress of a far-gone muse, which might mean that she died, but at the same time, if my logic is the same, that Amana and Ariamis are very, very closely tied, and if the singers in the Milfanito in Amana and Priscilla in Ariamis are closely tied, then the Milfanito might be actually contrived by dragons themselves, or rather, contrived by men, but born of dragons themselves, meaning that the Milfanito are half-breeds. If that is the truth, then she might have been a creation of Nito of some sort as well, and she was supposed to hold the curse, but instead she failed. Those that created her failed. It is possible also that she wasn't created by Nito herself, but it was created by Vendrick and Aldia, who were attempting to avoid the curse. It is a bit of a thing that I'm still not sure about, but she might actually be a Milfanito, which is kind of friggin' awesome, isn't it? Head of vengarls and Ben minor than 3 are available for this fight. For these fights, rather. And I'm gonna go armed with my long swords and my leveling shield, which I haven't upgraded. Is this the right leveling shield? I'm not upgraded. Alright, cool. The rest is all up to this too. Alright. And I want to have my inventory there. Get them Green Blossom up. Get them Gold Pine Resin up and running, and let's enter the mist. Alright, Throne Watcher and Throne Defender. What up, boys? Okay, so usually if you wait there, at least one of them will try and you know, stick to those two guys, whereas the other is gonna attack you. Notice that the Watcher looks quite like a lady. It is in fact because I believe she is a lady, but there might have been a mistranslation in the game where, or just a blatant copy-pasting where they essentially made her... Ow! Where they made her... oh, that was the explosion. Where they made her a he by mistake. But that's neither here nor there. The moveset is very different for the two. One is fast, one is tanky. Usually, you might want to take the Throne Defender down first, because there is a catch. If you don't kill them both equally timed... Oh no. Ow. 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 If you don't kill them both equally timed, you might end up having to fight one at full health, because they actually revive each other, so there is that. They also like to light their weapons on fire, or rather, on lightning. And as you can see, Vengarl got wrecked, because Vengarl is one of the few who actually did not get buffed in the pre-release, pre-PC release patch. So, oh my god. The one guy here is causing some issues, but it's fine. It would be optimal if even Benhard died to make the final boss easier, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Suffice to say that the summoning and stuff like that... Can you kill Benhard? Can you actually legit kill Benhard, lady? Wait, their buff doesn't last forever? Thank you! That comes much in handy, and the two are dead. Now I wanna swap to this ring, and let's get ready for the final fight. Anytime now.
Brave undead, you have proven yourself to me. Now, be one with the dark.
I don't know why, but I just love the boss design of that is Nashandra. It's just so good. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but whatever. Alright, so she casts these weird little orbs which cause you to get cursed. And on top of all, do a bit of damage. In range mode, she is not that much of a big deal. In melee mode, she isn't really that much of a big deal in melee mode either. She is a rather easy boss, but can do a bunch of damage, so do be careful when you approach her. That is usually a combo swing, where she can actually swipe all the way up to 3 times. But the best call, I reckon, is to hit her a couple of times, take your distance, attack her again, you're gonna be fine. That is a very easy attack to dodge, by the way, and if you actually circle strafe to one of these sides that I never remember, she is usually going to use it all the time. Needless to say, when she attacks, she actually can curse you, so do be very careful of that. And the ray that she shoots also curses you, so basically everything that you do, you can get cursed here. Okay, she's gonna recreate the orbs, which is fine. Rolling through them or attacking them will destroy the orbs. And this is essentially the reason why I actually wielded the ring, because the orbs are still... Oh shit! When she does that, she explodes. Alright, let me take some distance here. Safety precautionary distance. No ranged attack from you? Fine. I guess I did not destroy that orb, so I'm gonna get cursed here. Not the end of the world, but... Oh shit! Oh, that was close. That is the only attack that can be very dangerous. You either need to have a good range away from her, or you want to get close to her. This attack you just want to go on the side, and you're gonna be fine for the most part. I'm kinda zombified right now, which is not something that I'm happy about. Also, be careful. On the side of the arena, there is a deathly fall, so... You do that attack all day long, Nashandra. All day long. A bit stuck here. She's going to cast her orbs again, but it's fine. Let's destroy this one, take a bit of range on her. She's gonna swoop the laser. And I'm gonna be out of stamina at her. So essentially it's either a war of attrition, or you can just stay close to her and dodge pretty well. She can sometimes derp it to death too. It's an easy target. But either you do a war of attrition and have an easy time, or you stay close to her and attempt to dodge. Either way, not a hard boss fight by any stretch. And that is Nashandra for you. We're gonna use a human effigy to make our looks better, essentially. And now that we killed her, as you can notice, we cannot go back anymore. It's closed off. The only way is forth, and that is due to the giant kinship.
You who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne. What lies ahead, only you can see.
And perhaps we soon shall see more with the DLC incoming in about 1 month. So that is exciting. I can't wait for the DLC. The Crown of the Sunken King first episode, the Crown of the Old Iron King the second episode, and the Crown of the Ivory King the final episode. I personally can't wait. That must be a hell of a lore reason to play it just for that. And I will resume my character at that point, or maybe a new one, I don't know. I need to first see when exactly you can start the DLC. I've heard that you have to complete the Undead Crypt or have the Ashen Mist Heart or something like that, which is kind of weird because to get the Ashen Mist Heart you need to complete the Undead Crypt, unless if they of course mean because of all those that skip parts of the game through unreasonably floaty situations, but that doesn't make sense either because you will have to have the game patched for the DLC to work. I don't know, man. My point is that someone rated my message. That is one of my points. The second point that I'm trying to get at is that this is not the last episode. There is gonna be another episode where I'm gonna fight off the 3 optional bosses that I've left out. Meaning the Ancient Dragon, King Vendrick, and the Dark Lurker. Exactly in that order. I think the Ancient Dragon and Vendrick won't be as much of a problem. Dark Lurker is gonna be a global pain in the butt. That's why I'm actually going to use an ascetic in the Ruined Forked Road to get the Gower's Ring of Protection, which is badass. Other than that, I think I forgot, but other than that, the lore. Let's discuss about this ending a bit. So basically Vendrick might have prevented Nashandra from getting to the first flame. She coveted the first flame, but she wanted to usher in an Age of Dark. Keeping in mind that Dark Souls 2 is set in the Age of Dark, it's not set in the Age of Fire anymore like it was in the first game. That is the global premise, but even when it's dark, you could see the sun being there, constantly setting in Majula, but the sun was there far away. It was just present, which is interesting, of course. Now, the question that I ask myself is, why did Vendrick try to stop Nashandra? Why was he so afraid of Nashandra? Well, probably because she was basically... if you check her soul, you'll discover that Nashandra was in fact a fragment of Manus. She is indeed the Manus, the primeval human from the first game, the furtive pygmy, called by some. She has a fragment of Manus, so she is able to withhold some of that power, but at the same time she desires more power. She knows she is weak, to the point that if you listen to her dialogue, she knows that the player character, the next monarch, so-called the next monarch, the heir, if you want, to the point that she knows that the monarch, the next monarch, is better than her. I think the voice actors did an amazing job at pointing out that Nashandra knows that she's weak and that she doesn't stand a chance against the Chosen One. You know, that's just something that I thought about. So this might be actually one of the reasons why Nashandra isn't as strong as a boss. But keep it in mind, From Software never actually managed to do a really strong final boss of the game. The bosses before the final one are more often than not, stronger than the actual final boss. In fact, in Dark Souls, Gwyn is definitely not as strong as, I don't know, for instance, Nito or the Four Kings. In my opinion, those were stronger than Gwyn himself, which basically is again another war of attrition and patience. In Demon Souls, Alant, the final boss of the game in Demon Souls, he's a joke. He's literally there to just show you how far he has gone and how strong you have become. But the actual final boss of the game could be definable as the False King Alant, which is basically a demon clone of the former king of the game, essentially. And holy cow, that is, to date, for me personally, the strongest boss in the Souls game, simply because he can soul level drain you. That's kind of amazing, isn't it? But that's just me being silly like that, I suppose. Other than that, what else can we discuss? Well, there isn't much else lore-wise to discuss to this. We might see more of, you know, more fragments of Manus in the upcoming titles. To the point that I have the feeling that the old Sunken King might indeed be Manus. Think about it. Ulasil was sinking down into the darkness, into the abyss. Then there was New Lando, which was sunk, literally sunk inside water, you know? There is just this kind of feeling that the abyss and this being something that sinks you and the abyss are very related in the Dark Souls series. And therefore I have the feeling that the old Sunken King, or rather not the old Sunken King, just Sunken King or something like that I believe is the name, might indeed be a fragment of Manus, if not Manus himself, you know? It's just a thought, of course, but, you know, it's certainly an interesting thought. Of course, there is also the thought that it might be something related to Seath, given the fact that you actually see plenty of crystalline structures, as well as the statue of a dragon that slightly resembles Seath, but is not actually Seath, because aspects and how they look, but that's just speculation. For now, we cannot really discuss what will happen in the DLC quite yet. We don't know we know next to nothing about it. So now we're in Majula, and it acts as if the final battle did not occur. I want to mention this. There is not gonna be a special dialogue with any of the NPCs. It is just like this. Well, there is one special dialogue that we're actually going to.
Bearer.
We're gonna actually go talk to him. One moment, though. Let me just level up a bunch. What the hell should I even level up at this point? Let's just go with this, I suppose. 60,000 souls for the sake and purpose of upgrading weaponry or something like that, since I wanted the Grand Lance to be upgraded. Might as well use it against the Ancient Dragon, let's be honest. Let's cosplay a Grand Lancer against the Ancient Dragon. I think that would be kinda cool. But if you go down here, once you've actually done 7 of the major things in the game, and that is kill the Lust Giant, kill the 4 Great Ones, and once you've gotten the King's Ring, gotten to the Ancient Dragon, and... Am I missing a flame? I thought there was a 7th flame here, or an 8th flame. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Even more flame? I don't...
Yes, whatever.
It seems that all
there
the
we go.
flames have been lit. It makes me feel... somehow... Wait. What am I doing here? Who are you again? Fate brought us together for a reason. Take these, and may they help you on your travels.
Kale's armor. There's pretty much everything, so once you kill Nashandra you get the final flame on the map here, and at that point he's gonna give you... Oh, there is actually 8 flames, what am I even talking about? And after that he's going to give you his equipment, amongst which is his helm, which is part of the quest of Navlan, the Royal Sorcerer, which we might do soon enough. Helm of a light Mira foot soldier belonged to Kale the Cartographer. Apparently Kale produced this inexpensively second hand, but it's surprisingly well made. So there is that. Now, what else needs to be said? My deaths. I cannot know now for sure because I'm online, but let's just say that I died about 10 times to gravity, 5 times to enemies, and a couple more times to PvP or something like that. I'm not sure. Actually, there we go. One moment. It's gonna happen. Wait for it. It's gonna happen. Trust me. It must happen. Dude, seriously. Dude, I unplugged my internet. How can internet work without the internet? That doesn't matter. Game? You cannot internet without internet, game. Do I... let me try to travel. Ah, there we go. Lost connection to Steam. Switching to offline mode. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna see how many times I actually died. Hello, Rosebeth. Looking silly as always. 12 deaths! Holy cow, I died fewer times than I thought. That's only a dozen times. And to point out, the letters are worn beyond recognition. Now there is actually a Reddit that I've read, apparently in Portuguese. doesn't say the letters are worn beyond recognition. Apparently it says the giant crossed the sea perhaps to return to their old home, or something like that, I believe. Which is kind of badass, actually. That is quite something to think about, isn't it? But either way, I think I'm gonna conclude this episode right here. I think I'm gonna do Navlan's... What the hell did I equip? I think I'm gonna do Navlan's side story also in the next episode, together with the 3 optional bosses, simply because I can and will. And to end up with this cliffhanger, I'm gonna just say this. Navlan is Aldia!